Alright, world. Well, in our final episode of Traveling with the Doobies, someone will have edited this post-mortem. We're gonna have a good time doing it. This morning we are signed up for a jet ski tour, or more accurately I guess, a sea-doo tour around the Bora Bora lagoon. As the condemned head to breakfast, I'm a little pissed that the promised order of French press coffee never arrived in our bungalow. I didn't even know I needed a custom morning coffee service, but since Tessa told me about it and I saw her type it in the order, it's now an official first world problem that was quickly resolved by the amazing cappuccino they served me at breakfast. Okay, now I can face my impending doom in a good mood. And you know what else makes me happy? A friendly greeting by Regis the cat. And an amazing vanilla cream stuffed pastry doesn't hurt either. No time to fill up too much since we will be out on the water about 3.5 hours this morning with Moana Adventure Tours. This was a must-do on Donna Doobie's list of adventures, and the similar tour with Windstar had sold out. Oh, and it was also $549 per machine versus $317.36. Booking through TripAdvisor and Moana Adventure Tours had top reviews on that platform. We met up with Moana shuttle boat at the St. Regis dock at about 8:20, and we're off to meet up with our fellow jet skiers at the Moana main office and docks just about 20 minutes away. This was actually a great morning to have a tour on Bora Bora, as there were no cruise ships in the lagoon today. 2 groups gathered this morning, one for a snorkel tour and 6 of us for the jet ski tour. So our group would have just 4 machines, including our guide this morning, Mana. Under the console of the Sea-Doo, there are a couple of compartments for storing smartphones, bottled water that Mana provided to us, and any other items you'd like to keep dry. After a short tutorial, Danny took charge. I said my Hail Marys, and whoosh, off we went. The key safety item that Mana had emphasized was keeping distance between the watercraft, so when you fall off, you won't get run over by the next guy. Awesome. Danny had been on these things before, but this was a first for old Doobie. We start off around the lagoon heading counterclockwise, or for you F1 fans, that's anti-clockwise, with Mana taking us in a serpentine set of curves in the ever-changing blues of the Bora Bora lagoon. Everyone is keeping up and getting the feel for the machine, so Mana starts to carve a little tighter in turn radii as we explore all the little inlets of the island. What becomes very apparent about these Sea-Doos is they are very stable, a lot smoother than I imagined, and they instantaneously put a smile on your face. I think my teeth got sunburned.
Haven't killed us yet.
We jet along a little bit farther, and Mana takes us into a small bay not far from the St. Regis and gave us a little free time to just play. Danny even let the old dude drive. As we make our way around the lagoon, you can get a good look at Mount Otemanu from all of her angles. Each one seems more amazing than the next during this circumnavigation. Otemanu has several potential meanings, but the most prevalent one online and with our guides is one that denotes a place of spirits without great intention. One of our guides just said, "It's bad," and kind of left it at that. Now, the word manu in Tahitian commonly translates to bird, and one interpretation for Otemanu is seabird, which could refer to the beak-like look of the tallest peak when you see it from the St. Regis side of the island. The more ominous translation for the mountain is the peak which sucks up living things, or the peak that drains beings. Culturally, the mountain was a place of rituals and where royalty bathed, and legend has it that this was a burial site for kings and queens of Polynesia. Another legend has Mount Otemanu as the place where gods rode to Bora Bora on a rainbow. I can't speak to the veracity of these histories, but what is clear is this peak on an island in a perfect lagoon clearly evokes what we romantically think of as the South Pacific ideal. A little past the halfway point around the lagoon, we stopped for a break at the Moana Adventure Tours Motu. Another tour group will be coming along a little later, and the crew here is getting poles ready for a barbecue. And it's an opportunity to highlight just how important the coconut has been and still is today in Polynesia. The outer husk of the coconut makes excellent kindling, and in the case of today, creates a smoky protection from mosquitoes. On this trip, we have also seen coconut husks utilized as mulch, holding in moisture around vanilla orchid plants. As Moana demonstrates opening a coconut, he also lets us know that the husks used to be used as sandals in order to walk on the sharp reefs of the island. Fiber of the coconut was also spun into rope used in boat building and rigging for ancient mariners. Inside the coconut is coconut water, which, in cautious moderation, aids in digestion. And the meat of the coconut can be eaten as is, dried or shredded. Now, when it's shredded, the liquid that is extracted when you squeeze the shredded coconut is coconut milk. The fronds of the coconut tree also can be used to create everything from mats to sails to baskets and even a crown for a princess.
Breathe. This is lava rock, and it's been thrust up.
As we spend a few moments exploring the little motu, I think it's time to check in on Donna Doobie and Grandma and see what they're discovering back around the lagoonarium and the channels at the St. Regis. They start in the lagoonarium, and Grandma may be getting the hang of this snorkeling thing. The lagoonarium here at the St. Regis really does have a terrific number of species, with schools of mullets and larger fish like jacks, and the hump-headed wrasses, also known as the Napoleon fish, and an impressive number of clams that might be exempt from the raw bar even. Just on the outskirts of the lagoonarium, there's a channel open to the lagoon where the pufferfish are enjoying their best lives. Also, Donna discovers this odd-looking creature. I may need some help on this one, Larry? As we get back on the Sea-Doos, the sky is getting darker and we can feel some of those spirits from the mountain starting to stir up some trouble. We pass into the old World War II gun sites and the little harbors of the western side of Bora Bora. A little stinging rain could not diminish our fun one bit. We outran this last rain squall as we arrived at our home base. And Danielle and Michael Doobie, who did not die, had a great time. You know, there's a lot of jobs in this world that suck. I think Moana does not have one of those. When we made it back to land, Dani Doobie was warmly greeted, and it was just a few minutes until the snorkeling excursion returned and Moana had us safely delivered back to St. Regis. It was just a great morning, fit for Polynesian princess.
Like a little princess.
Look at that big ass fish. That must be, is that
It's
Moana?
Moana.
It's Moana. Nick way.
There's Moana.
That is a big fish. What kind of fish they say that was?
So what to do next? Well, first order, after a quick dip, was to get a little lunch at the Aparima bar. Fish and chips were excellent and easily enough for two of us. And then it's time to take a swim under and around the overwater bungalow. Nothing as exciting as a snake sea cucumber, but I did find this nice spotted puffer about 100 yards from the deck.
Yeah, it happens. She's like a pro.
Another nice treat is all non-motorized beach activities are included with your stay at St. Regis. So Miss Paddleboard got in a little time on the glassy beachfront lagoon.
Yeah, great balance. She can pop right up there now. Oh, this is just like, it turned into a lake.
Yeah.
On the way back to the room to get cleaned up, let's check out the adults-only pool area.
So kind of an interesting place is the adults-only pool. And you start off with this little restroom and towel service and water. Now what's interesting, it's known as the Oasis Pool, is one, it is adults only, and two, it consists of 5 private cabanas that are first come, first served. Each one, a nice lounging area, a phone to call for any services you want, and then your own private plunge pool, or going into a little bit deeper pool with waterfall. So, as if your private bungalow wasn't enough, you get this little area surrounded by the overwater bungalows.
Another beautiful evening here in Bora Bora. But as we wait for Donna Doobie to get ready for drinks, it's time to play. Is it a turtle or a coconut? Turtle or coconut?
It's coconut.
In this last week, we have circled the Bora Bora Lagoon 3 times, in different light and different weather, and admired Mount Otemanu from all her spectacular and ever-changing sides. While to my knowledge no living things were sucked up or beings were drained, I think the very opposite has happened. Just gazing out into the water and up at this ancient mountain is deeply fulfilling and relaxing. But maybe a little piece of those who travel here are left at the foot of Otemanu, a piece that will make us long to return to Eden. For now, though, let's just be at peace in the beauty which lies in the center of this vast Pacific Ocean. Tonight, Donna Doobie and I head over to the 727 bar, which sits on the deck in front of the Jean-Georges Lagoon restaurant. We'll meet Dani and Grandma for dinner shortly, but nothing will beat the sunset vibe. So we're going to see you next time when, sadly, we will make our way home. Good night, everybody.